Welcome back to the America we forget, the place where we dust off history's cookbooks, remember the dishes our parents and grandparents cherished, and remind ourselves that food is one of the most powerful storytellers we have. Today's video is called 10 Old Betty Crocker Suppers Nobody Cooks Anymore. And trust me, these aren't just recipes. They're time machines. Now, before we get started, I want to ask you, did your family ever keep a Betty Crocker cookbook in the house? You know the one, the red one with the tabs. Maybe a little worn from flour fingerprints and splattered with gravy stains. If you remember that, drop a comment below. I'd love to know what suppers filled your childhood. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and join our little community. Every week we share forgotten foods, hidden traditions, and the stories that keep them alive. All right, let's dive into the suppers that once made America smell like home. Number 1, Beef Wellington, the crown jewel of dinner parties. Beef Wellington wasn't just dinner, it was a performance. Filet mignon wrapped in mushroom duxelle. Prosciutto and puff pastry, golden. Elegant, unapologetically rich. Betty Crocker's version simplified it for home cooks. But it still felt like something you'd serve to impress the boss or celebrate an anniversary. Imagine the 1970s. Your mom in a floral apron, the oven glowing, and the smell of beef and butter filling the house. This was the dish that said, "Tonight matters." Do you remember it? Did your family ever make it for holidays? Number 2, Wine-Braised Chicken, the weeknight that felt fancy. This wasn't fried chicken. This was chicken simmered slowly in red wine, garlic, and herbs. Tender, aromatic, and deeply comforting. Betty Crocker called it continental cooking, and it made weeknights feel like a trip to Europe. It was served with rice pilaf or buttered noodles, maybe a side of green beans, and it made you feel grown up, even if you were just a kid sneaking sips of the sauce. Did your mom ever cook with wine? Was this a regular or a rare treat? Number 3, Chateaubriand for 2, the romantic classic. Chateaubriand was the centerpiece of quiet romance. A thick cut of beef tenderloin, seared and roasted, served with béarnaise or mushroom sauce. Betty Crocker's for 2 version made it perfect for anniversaries. Valentine's Day, or just a quiet night when the kids were at grandma's. It was intimate. It was indulgent. And it was unforgettable. Do you remember candlelit dinners at home? Did your parents ever cook like they were in a restaurant? Number 4, Kak Sanjac, the forgotten Balkan gem. This one's a mystery to many, but Kak Sanjac was Betty Crocker's nod to Balkan flavors. Ground beef, garlic, onions, and spices baked into a loaf or casserole, often topped with tomato sauce or cheese. It was hearty, flavorful, and perfect for cold nights. It may have come from immigrant kitchens, but it found its way into American hearts. Did your family ever make this? Or something similar with Eastern European roots? Number 5, Beef Tenderloin Rossini, the supper that sang opera. Named after composer Gioacchino Rossini, this dish was pure drama. Filet mignon topped with foie gras, truffle, and a rich Madeira sauce, Betty Crocker's version. Toned it down for home cooks, but it still felt like something. You'd serve in a tuxedo. It was bold, it was luxurious, and it was a reminder that food could be art. Did your family ever go all out for dinner? Was this a dish you remember seeing in cookbooks but never dared to try? Number 6, Lobster Newberg Supreme, the shellfish showstopper. Lobster Newberg was creamy, boozy, and decadent. Chunks of lobster simmered in butter, egg yolks, and sherry served over toast points or puff pastry. Betty Crocker's Supreme version added mushrooms and a touch of paprika. This was the dish you made when company came. Over. When you wanted to show you had taste. And a little extra, cash. Do you remember lobster being a luxury? Was this ever served at your house? Number 7, Beef Burgundy Elegante. The French-American fusion Beef Burgundy, or Boeuf Bourguignon, was Julia Child's signature. But Betty Crocker made it accessible. Chunks of beef simmered in red wine, garlic, and pearl onions, served with mashed potatoes or egg noodles. The Elegante version added mushrooms and a splash of brandy. It was slow, food before slow cookers, and it made your kitchen smell like a Parisian bistro. Did your family ever cook French-style meals? Was this one of them? Number 8. Shepherd's Pie Deluxe, the casserole with a crown. Shepherd's pie was comfort food, ground beef or lamb, mixed with vegetables, topped with mashed potatoes and baked until golden. The deluxe version added cheese, herbs, and sometimes a layer of gravy underneath. It was the kind of dish that fed a crowd. That made leftovers feel like a blessing. Do you remember scooping into the crust? Did your family have their own version? Number 9. Chicken Divine Casserole, the church potluck hero. Chicken Divine was creamy, cheesy, and packed with broccoli. It was made with condensed soup, shredded chicken, and breadcrumbs, baked until bubbly. Betty Crocker made it a staple of church potlucks and PTA dinners. It was divine in name and in flavor, and it made you feel like you were eating something fancy, even if it came from a can. Did your mom make this? Was it a weeknight regular or a special occasion? Number 10. Tuna Surprise Ring, the retro wonder. This one was pure 1950s. A ring of tuna casserole, shaped in a bundt pan filled with peas, noodles, and cream sauce. The surprise was often cheese, olives, or hard-boiled eggs. It was quirky, it was colorful, and it was oddly delicious. Betty Crocker loved it for its presentation, and it showed up at every baby shower and bridge club. Do you remember this one? Would you ever make it today? The suppers that shaped us. These suppers may not be trending. They may not show up on TikTok or in glossy magazines, but they live on, in memory, in tradition, and in the hearts of those who remember. This is why we do what we do here at the America We Forget. Because food isn't just about flavor, it's about feeling. It's about remembering who we are, where we came from, and the hands that fed us. Drop a comment. Which dish surprised you? Which one would you bring back? Like this video to honor the flavors that raised us. Subscribe to the America We Forget, where every bite tells a story worth preserving. Until next time, keep the oven warm. And remember, the best suppers aren't just cooked, they're remembered.